Hi there. Welcome to Pause to Remember. My name is Amy Pelkey. I'm the founder of this community dedicated to healthcare providers grieving after pregnancy or infant loss. And more recently, it has come to my attention that there is a whole community of providers who are also struggling through infertility. And I want to welcome you as well. There are several resources that have been just evolving organically. Number one is the podcast, the Pause to Remember podcast. And my goal with this is to normalize difficult conversations surrounding pregnancy and infant loss within providers. We talk about what it's like to return to work in the hospital where you may have lost your baby, what it's like in terms of your relationships or your overall well being. I also have some episodes there to provide you with some resources and some mindfulness meditations. The next resource I want to offer to you is dedicated to licensed female healthcare providers who are grieving after pregnancy or infant loss. The pandemic was challenging and stressful, and now we're in a point where we are having staffing issues, and that is creating another layer of stress. And if you add infertility or pregnancy and infant loss on top of that, it is another huge stressor. And this Facebook group is a place for you to come talk about that. You can talk about how your loss is impacting your career, your relationships, or your well being, or anything else for that matter. I recognize that you have really unique triggers that come up at work, whether it's a patient or working with a colleague that was your provider when you were going through your loss, or something else at work, just the everyday stressors. Maybe you're finding that your grieving journey is really stressing your marriage or creating some barriers with your other living children. And finally, it's okay to say, this is impacting my well being. I need support. Who else is going through this? Who's eating junk food in the evening and washing it down with some wine? We can have these honest conversations and share in this Facebook group. Because we are spread out all over the country, you have an opportunity to meet on Zoom the second Monday of every month at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whitney Jablonski, who is another grief mom, she's a CRNA out of Toledo, Ohio, and I hop on Zoom each month to create some space for you to come and share, to listen, to ask for support, whatever is on your mind, whatever you're going through, we are here to listen and support. It's really hard to say this, but it is an unfortunate truth that this community is going to continue to grow. The statistics are not in our favor as healthcare providers. And I will, in a future episode coming up, talk about some of the research that is showing us that providers have a higher incidence of infertility, pregnancy and infant loss, and pregnancy complications. So I just want you to know that if you are a provider, you are not alone. There's other providers just like you who can appreciate what you're going through. And I want you to know that you can come just as you are. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to be a certain way before you join this community. Just come. Let's see where this goes. Let's see how this all unfolds. And let's start to normalize some of these difficult conversations, be honest, and support one another. You. I've put links to everything in the show notes, and we'll just go from there and see where this all takes us. Thank you.